Hey friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Savvy Sophia. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, help me out. I'm new to YouTube. My channel is a lifestyle channel where I share my tips, things that I love, things to inspire you. So today's video is Zoom makeup routine. A lot of us has been spending more time on video conferencing for our jobs and personal life too. So whether it's Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, FaceTime, you name it, we're on camera a lot more of the day than we might be used to. And so we kind of need to think through our appearance in a different way. The camera, especially on your computer, is not that high quality. Lighting is important. Often you can look really flat and washed out. So I did some research this morning to get some fresh ideas on a makeup routine that you can do at home that's going to help you to look and feel your best on Zoom or any other video conferencing platform. So before we get started, I want to show you my before inside of Zoom. You can see what I looked like before this makeup routine. And be sure to stick around through to the end. I'll be sharing 5 bonus tips on how to look great on Zoom or video conferencing outside of makeup. Okay, let's get started. So to prepare for today's video, I have done some research. I've linked my top 3 articles in the description box below. One comes from Vogue, one comes from The Strategist, and one comes from Allure. So hopefully that will be great for you to reference after today's routine if you want more. So the first step of today's routine is to start with a cleansed face, and then we're gonna go on to moisturizer. So recently I've really been loving this Vitality Skin Envy face oil. It has some essential oils. It has frankincense, sandalwood, myrrh, vanilla. When I first heard about using facial oil, I thought, oh, my face is gonna be greasy, but I was really surprised at how it really absorbs into your skin, and it really gives you that dewy look that I know we're all trying to achieve these days. Plus it's gonna help with wrinkles, so I just kind of rub this in. You can also use this for a face massage. That's something I've been interested in getting into lately, so I will check that out and report back to you guys. Next, I'm going to move on to my foundation. When I am on video conferencing, I like to use a lighter foundation. If you want to look glam, depending on what your job is, you could totally go for a heavier foundation, but I really prefer the natural look. I don't really want people noticing my makeup as much as they do my overall appearance and the things I have to say. So I use this Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue in the shade Wheat 4.5, and it suggests that you apply it with your fingertips, but I've never been somebody that really likes to apply things with my fingertips aside from my moisturizer and oil. So I'm gonna use this beauty blender. By the way, I recently read about this hack, microwaving your beauty blender. It doesn't work. I tried it, and so that's why you can still see makeup on my beauty blender. So I put a little bit of this Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue here, and then dab it onto my face. And you can layer this too. If you want really sheer, you could stop there. I'm gonna add just a little bit more to give us a little more coverage. And you can see how that oil is kind of shining through, giving me that dewy look. All right, so we're done with our foundation layer. You can really see that glow coming through, it looks great. Next, we're going to be using the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. That's a long one. As you can see, I like bare minerals. I just like the idea of using a makeup that is more natural ingredient. It is really important to use concealer on video conferencing because we want to look awake. We want to create definition and shape. So I'm going to start with under eye. I like to create a little triangle. And then we're going to cover up any blemishes. And if you tend to get oily around the nose or mouth area, you can definitely add some concealer here. And it'll create a little definition here on the bridge of your nose. Get rid of that shine. We don't want that on the video conferencing. And voila, that's your look. Okay, just kidding. We'll keep going. Here's how we look with the concealer layer added. Do I look more awake? Next, I'm going to add a setting powder. So I have this Kat Von D translucent setting powder. Some might use this after doing the blush and bronzer, but I actually prefer to do it first because I don't want my blush and bronzer to come on too strong, and my face is pretty moisturized at the moment, and so if I were just to put a bronzer on right now or a blush, you'd probably see very intense pigmentation and it would be hard to blend. So that's why I actually do it first. You also want to be careful not to use too much because we don't want to look white and powdery on camera either, unless maybe that's the look you're going for. All right, so you can see I'm just kind of tapping this in. Gonna get a closer look. All right, the next step is to brighten our face, create definition with highlighter. I'm gonna be using the Benefit Watts Up highlighter stick. It's pretty cute. It's actually a mini, almost looks like a lipstick. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of that on the sides of my nose, just to create some definition under my eyebrow and at the top of my cheekbones here to accentuate that. And if you feel like you're looking tired, you can always add some triangles above the eyebrow. I'll do a little bit of Cupid's bow here. All right, now I'm just gonna blend. You can see that definition for sure on camera. Can't wait to see how it looks on Zoom. Now we're gonna move on to the important parts, which are adding color. If you're like me and you have a plain background behind your webcam when I'm upstairs in my office, or your lighting's just not that great in your home office, you definitely need to focus on adding color to brighten up your face, add some visual interest, create dimension. So I'm gonna start with this palette. It's called Blushing in Bali by BH Cosmetics. I actually got this one from Target, so makeup doesn't have to be expensive. If you're on a budget, you can definitely follow this routine. Here you can see all of the colors in my palette. I'm gonna start with this Sun-Kissed, just to add a little bit on the side of my temples here, give us a little tan. And then I'm also gonna add a little bit of Ember just to make it a little bit more noticeable here. Put a little on my nose. And I'm doing some on the center. I just mixed these two, by the way, to create more definition right under the highlighter. Perfect. And then last, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of blush. I don't know, what do you guys think? Which one should I choose? Let's go with the pomegranate. And I'm gonna go very, very light, you guys, because this comes on, as you can see, really pigmented, which is surprising for Target. inexpensive makeup. What a win. All right, so I've added the blush to the apples of my cheeks. As you can see, it definitely needs some blending, so I'm gonna go back with my larger brush. Probably still has a little bit of powder left on it, which is good. And I'm just gonna blend that. Now you might look in your mirror and think, oh wow, I look like I have a lot of makeup on, especially if you're someone that's not used to wearing a lot of makeup. But trust me, when you're on camera, you need more makeup for it to be noticeable. So if you're working from home and no one besides maybe your family members are gonna see you, outside of camera, I would definitely do your makeup to really catch the light on camera. Okay, now we are going to move on to eyeshadow. And I have a little hack for you guys that I recently discovered. So I have a few eyeshadow palettes. I was getting kind of tired of the colors and they were very pigmented, maybe not as natural as I would have liked. So I discovered that I can use the very same palette that I'm using for my highlighter and my blush on my eyes, and it actually looks really good. So I'm gonna go ahead with this Glisten color here, and with eyeshadow on video conferencing, you really want it to look natural. You want it to be about the same color as your eyelids, but just to catch the light, to bring awareness to your eyes so people are paying attention when you are talking. See how that looks, the difference? Can you see? Okay, so that is my eye look. So you'll notice I'm not using an eyeliner. You are welcome to do so if you're one of those people that religiously has used eyeliner for years. I tend to reserve eyeliner for a date night look, a girl's night out, to really have a difference between my day-to-day look and my nightlife look. So I'm gonna skip that step. Let's move on to the eyebrows. So I have this spoolie brush. The first step is just to brush them in the direction you like. I'm actually gonna be trying out the feathered look today, which I have not normally done. So you'll have to give me your feedback on what you think it looks like. My eyebrows are a little unruly given that we haven't been able to go to a salon and get them cleaned up, so bear with me. All right, so now I'm gonna be using this Maybelline Brow Drama. It is a brow gel in the color Deep Brown, creative. And it's kind of like a mascara wand. I usually try to get a little bit of the excess off so it doesn't clump. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply. Can you see the difference? Wow. According to the articles I read, you want your brows to be thick, full, and dark because it portrays confidence. So, I don't know, what do you think? Do I look more confident? So I don't know if you're noticing, but I am pushing a little bit onto the skin as I put this on so that it gives the appearance of thicker brows. I think this definitely looks good. I think if I were presenting to you in a meeting, you would definitely have your eye drawn to my eyes. You'd be getting as close to making eye contact as you can through the camera. I have noticed that's really hard to do because you can't look at your screen when you're looking at the camera, especially if you have a separate webcam like I do. All right, let's keep going. We are now going to curl the eyelashes with this crazy eyelash trap, as I like to call it. I am not an expert with this. Does anyone else feel that way? Sometimes I feel like I'm gonna pull out my eyelashes. Now we're gonna move on to our mascara. This is Essence I Love Extreme Curl and Volume Mascara. And I'm not sure what the color is. I don't think it says that, but I probably got the darkest one knowing me. We wanna have thick, healthy looking eyelashes just to continue to accentuate the confidence we're showing here. And you guys, I love this mascara. It was, I want to say, around $12 from Ulta, so I did not have high expectations for it, but I feel like it's so good. It almost gives the appearance of eyelash extensions or falsies. I'm only going to be doing the top here, so I wanted you to see the difference between no mascara and this mascara. It's pretty good, right? All right, our mascara is done. All right, friends, our very last step is going to be lipstick. I have this Bare Minerals Pop of Passion lipstick, and it's really great because it's not a standard lipstick. It looks pretty standard, but I would say it's more of a tinted balm, which is great when you're working from home because you don't have to worry if you get it on something or you go downstairs to eat a snack and you need to reapply. It's really moisturizing. I do not typically wear lipstick in my day-to-day life, but I have noticed when I do wear lipstick on camera, it really makes a difference. It creates that visual interest, especially if you've got a plain background or you're wearing a simple outfit. And it also draws people's eyes to your mouth, where obviously you're talking, you want them to pay attention to what you're saying. So let's go ahead and add that lipstick. Beautiful. So what do you think? This is our finished look. I will go ahead and record the after on my Zoom video conferencing call. All right, guys, thanks for watching my Zoom makeup routine. If you stuck around to the end, you get to watch the 5 bonus tips on how to look good on Zoom, aside from just makeup. My first tip is to keep the oil at a low. Maybe you went for a midday jog or walk with the dog and now you're starting to get a little sweaty. I have these rice paper packs that are awesome for blotting off the excess oil. So you just kind of like blot them, especially on the areas where you get a little oily, and you can go back to looking fresh in no time. My second tip is to sit on the edge of your seat when you're the presenter. It might seem strange, it's probably not the best to be sitting that way all day long for your back, but when you are the speaker in a Zoom meeting, if you sit on the edge of your seat, you are commanding the space you have. We're not on a stage, but we have a small window to use. So sitting on the edge of your seat brings you more upright. It shows that you're kind of leaning into whatever content you're providing. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is angle. So I have seen one too many people who have their webcam down below and you just see the underneath of their neck. Here, I'll try to show you. There you go. Or their ceiling, maybe even half their face. So before you hop on a Zoom meeting, please, please, please check the angle. Make sure you're comfortable with starting the meeting and getting in there so you can really command that meeting. Tip number 4 is to make eye contact. Can you tell the difference when I'm just looking at my computer screen, maybe I'm typing, looking at my notepad, and then I look at you? How do you feel? When you look someone in the eye, it shows that you really care and you're listening. And I'm not gonna lie, it's very hard. It's something I'm still working on. It's gonna show the person that you're talking to that you really care and you're engaged, because we're used to being in person, and when you're in person, you're definitely making eye contact. My last tip is to add color and structure to your outfit. Can you see the difference between when I just had my plain white tank top on till adding this pink leather jacket? Adding color is just gonna brighten up the space around you, and adding structure just makes you look a little bit more professional and create some formality around working from home, which, I mean, let's be honest, you're probably gonna have maybe some kids' toys, a dog running around, maybe you have your laundry basket in the background, but adding a blazer, a leather jacket, or even a blouse with a little bit of structure is gonna go a long way. All right, friends, thank you for watching today's video. Please leave me a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. I would love to hear from you what products and routines you're following for video conferencing and how that's going. Again, if you are new to working from home, feel free to check out my other video, which is 10 savvy work from home tips, more focused around productivity and creating a positive work environment. Alrighty, see you next time.